reason I decided to stick with this guy, simply put, is because he put me on stage. It's that simple.
He told me that the first day I met him. He's like, I'm not going to lie, I'm in another band.
I was in 3 bands total.
And I was
Well,
like,
2.
Okay.
Before XERO out.
And I just remember going, all right. And he goes, I'm going, whoever gets me the most shows, that will have, that's my full attention. I was like, okay.
What was your impression the first time I actually played bass for you?
I was like, okay, I need a new drummer.
When I met TJ and I auditioned with him, I got the impression that he was just done with bullshit, which is great. And he's like, I just need to hear that you can play and that you can play what I'm putting out there, and I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, great, I can do that.
Butch is just like, watch this, and he'll do stuff that guitar players are supposed to be doing, but on bass, and it still feels it feels better, and it's still strong. But I'm not a good lead guitar player either. So when I told Butch, I'm just like, here's what I'm playing. Be creative. Like, he's just like, oh, I can put this in here and do this, and it adds to the song, and just builds it better.
And sometimes we gotta pull the reins.
Sometimes. Sometimes like,
when? Just that, because it's not. Because it's like, no, not yet. Not yet.
It's like,
then it's there.
No, I'm just kidding. But and same with drummer. Like, I told him when he auditioned, it was like, he set up. It took him 20 minutes to set up.
Oh God, yeah.
In this
little
tiny room, in this little apartment.
It was so
wasn't
miserably hot.
And it was
oh, God, awfully hot.
It was like a 90-degree day for some reason. But
yeah.
So anyways,
because it was April, right?
he set up. We start jamming. We jammed for like 15 minutes. And I threw a few songs that, XERO Hour does. I'm just like, let me hear this. And he's doing stuff. I'm like, cool. And I could tell he's like trying to be creative, but he's coming up with it on the fly. And I was like, I like that. And then I just asked him a few questions about who he likes as drummers and stuff. And he was like, he told me, and I was like, okay, that's good. That evens out. I was like, all right, well, let's pack up then. And he just kind of looked at me like, what the fuck? I just drove all the way up here, unloaded all this gear.
Right.
Talked to you like 3 sentences, because like Butch, like I don't talk at first. I just observe.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, that puts out a presence, but I'm just always listening. And so then he packs up. I help him pack up and everything. I was like, hey, so here's the deal. Do you want in? And he goes, what? And I was like, do you want in? And he goes, yeah, I mean, sure. I was like, cool. I'm leaving for Salem, Massachusetts tomorrow. I'll be gone for a week. Find a rehearsal space that, isn't overly priced, that we could afford or something, but a place that we could jam on our own. And the Friday after that, we'll have rehearsal. And the Friday after that, we open for Tantrum.
Yeah. No pressure. No pressure at all. No pressure.
To be fair, when he joined, it was, hey, you want to join? He's like, cool, yeah, I'm in. And we're like, cool. And then it was right then they were like, oh, well, let's have a rehearsal. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, by the way, we play this show next week.
It's like a rite of passage.
I know, that's how
he looked at me like, this kid is fucking nuts.
Every single bass line.
He did. He
learned
wrote
every
everything.
single song on stage while I was learning them.
He did. Yeah, Butch just had a lot of really great advice and a lot of things. And then when drummer joined, it was like an understanding. It's like when we have an idea, if nobody likes the idea, we all figure out why we don't like it, and then there's a way where we just build on that idea to make it something we do.
Somehow the communication happens between drummer and I with our eyes.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
it's like I've known this
That
guy
is
my whole
sweet.
fucking life.
That is really
That's why they're
sweet.
staring at each other around.
And we'll be like,
okay, we need to change that. Because we'll
so
just
the rule
understand.
is, he'll write it, he brings it to us, we'll fuck it up, and then fix it.
Yep, pretty much.
Tear it apart.
That's what happened. And it works.
Every
It works.
single song so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song to play then?
Black Flag.
Black Flag.
I kind of like, well, because I get the bass solo, but it just flows. It's just like in the question.
Yeah. Like Black Flag.
It's got this, like...
Black Flag's fun.
Yeah. The other one is Witch's Fire, because I get to belt a little bit. Make our singer
You do
look
have
like
a
an
good
amateur.
I like Witch's Fire because I've always had people tell me, oh, they want to sing with me and stuff. Butch didn't really ask to sing. He was like, hey, I have an idea. Do you care if I try it out? But it worked, so we were just like, cool. The way he sang and the way I sang, it just gave it this weird offset and gave it this undertone to the song. So I'm going to say Witch's Fire is definitely my favorite one to play.
Yeah, I like Black Flag, but I think Teach is probably my favorite.
Teach is good.
Teach is good.
It's just,
But I've got a really cool bass line in it.
I like his dance. I like how Butch dances during UFO, because I would love to try to get the whole crowd swaying that way, because that would be hilarious.
Have you ever seen me do that yet?
Yeah.
The Axl Rose.
Oh my gosh, I do the same thing. Get to see my Axl Rose. It's so good. We'll have to do it one time.
Shit, yeah, Negro, don't threaten me with a good time back.
What would you tell anyone that is getting ready to start out a music career? They just got their first instrument and they're learning and they want to put together a band. What would be your advice?
Focus, 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 focus. Practice, 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 practice. Focus, focus, and don't be an idiot.
yeah, don't be a drummer. It's expensive and they're heavy.
Don't be a bassist. You get picked on all the time. See how broad these shoulders are? That's why. I don't give a shit.
I would have a serious talk with yourself and say, is that something you're really wanting to go in, and how far are you wanting to go with it? Because anybody can form a band and go play local shows, but do
What are
you
you
want
willing to sacrifice?
right? Exactly. What are you? You're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to let who you are right now literally die, and you're going to have to be reborn yourself, or at least be shown how to just not quit. And then you have to find people that understand that. And if you're going to lead a band, it's not just your personality you're dealing with. You're dealing with this guy, which I can deal, and it will mesh. But sometimes there's other things that it'll make you sit there on some days and go, why the fuck am I doing this? Because there's no money.
This is most important of all. If you're ever going to have a meaningful relationship with anyone, they have to understand the dedication that it requires to do what we do.
Yeah,
I've lost 2 wives so far.
Yep. I'm up at 5 a.m. every day since 2016, just trying to either get somebody's email or to contact a bar contact, somebody in a label, or send it to radio, or figure out how to get on a show.
Yeah.
I haven't stopped, and I can't. I'm like addicted to it.
And it's like, yeah, just figuring out the time balance. You know, I have young kids, but it's like, you know, between my wife and kids and spending time and everything like that, it's just, you know, you got to figure out. They also have to support you, you know, and be 100% bought in as well. Because if you're trying to do this without their support, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
It just takes up too much time.
You can't.
So what's up next for 0 Hour then?
Have a show Friday. But by the time this thing comes out, fuck. This will be March. Yeah, I think we could say that we're going on tour by then. Yeah, we should be able to. Yeah. So I guess we got a tour going in May.
My name is Jamie Clark, and I'm here with Venom Magazine, and I am joined by
Ariana Brown, also with Venom Magazine. Today we are joined by 0 Hour. Go ahead and introduce you guys.
I'm Eli. I'm playing lead guitar.
I'm Andrew, drummer.
And Tej, lead vocals and rhythm guitar.
Potato, bass.
We got 3 more shows on the tour, but these are all local shows. Are you excited for the crowd and the people that you're going to know showing up?
Yeah, I think we're going to have a pretty good turnout. A lot of people from back home have been messaging us and following us online and stuff like that, asking how things are going and that they're going to come out and see us.
Definitely have a very unique sound, though. So what's the inspiration behind your sound?
Like band-wise or just in general?
Both.
In general, all of it. Tell us all about it.
All right. The inspiration, I guess, came truly from Godsmack and Soliana. I've been listening for years and wanted to try something different. But they're really iconic. And then when I actually ran into a drummer and he really admired their style and technique on music, we were like, hell yeah. And then, of course, you know, the legends, Metallica, AC/DC, Korn, just everything. And that's where we found Butch. was he's a
Papa
bass
Potato.
player and yeah, Potato.
Papa Potato.
Yeah.
Potato does nothing.
You can speak? Shit. This is new. Who
So,
are you?
how did you feel seeing these local bands specifically the other night?
I am a huge fan of Zero Hour. I've been with them for a while, paying attention, playing them, and their various lineup changes and seeing the tight lineup they have now. I mean, when
And they play a lot of their own stuff.
6 Feet,
They play all their own stuff.
which is their new hit, which there's a new version out with Randy from One Day Alive. That song, a Thursday night, was one of those moments in rock where you're just standing there and you watch people react to it like it was Disturbed playing their single or Metallica Enter Sandman. So to see like that's definitely the song that's
So
been
much
played a
headbanging.
lot, and then the fans. That's cool to sit back and watch that.
When you see the fans, and even though you're a local band, when you see the fans are singing your song and they're up on the stage and they're like, yeah, like that's what you want to see. That's like, okay, we've reached next level. Here we go. So
All right,
that
well,
Can't wait for
thank
that.
you guys for doing the interview and being in Venom Magazine. I'm
Thank you.
excited to see it when it's all done and put together.